FiberLoveDiary, fiber. Oh, uh-oh. Hi, welcome to FiberLoveDiary. I'm Trish if we haven't met, and if we have met, welcome back. My printer's going if you can hear it. Sorry, I am currently cleaning the print heads. Okay, doing a little printer maintenance and just clean the nozzles. Now I have no lines on my new bands for the braids. We're gonna talk about Tour de Fleece, but I gotta braid some of these because I've got 30 more coming from the dungeon that are probably just ready to come out and get rinsed. Last night we left them on the burners because the burners go off by themselves, and they should be ready when I get up there to get them, and I'll just rinse them and hang them up to dry, and then we'll be bringing them home in like 2 days. It takes about 2 whole days to dry. So that's partly because I don't use one of those spinny things, you know, like a spin dryer. But by the way, nothing wrong with using one. I just don't have one, and I really don't want more equipment. Ugh. Okay, Tour de Fleece, let's talk about it. I was not planning on hosting a team this year because I've been so busy and it felt like it just snuck up on me. But it seems like everybody kind of wants to do it. 2 weekends ago, I was like, maybe I should do it. We're gonna have a Tour de Fleece team. I had felt like I was so busy this year and it was just sneaking up on me and I wasn't ready. Normally I would start getting ready kind of like at the beginning of May. And I didn't. It just flew by me. Long story. We're going to talk about that in a video coming up here pretty soon. But it just flew by me and I didn't start getting ready. But then a couple weeks ago, some of you guys on a live were like, yes, let's have a team. Let's have a team. Okay, so we're going to have a team. I have a couple topics to touch on. I'm just fluffing this up, by the way, before I braid it. Sometimes I do that. We'll start at the beginning. I'll film all of the important things and then I'll just cobble it together like I always do and try to cut out some of the rambling, but sometimes I fail. But luckily there's always somebody to point out that I rambled. The date of the Tour de Fleece, it starts on July 1st and it goes till July 23rd. That's the end. And it coincides with the dates of the Tour de France. If you are familiar with it, what it is. I know what it is. I've never actually followed the bike race. I don't really follow any sports unless my kids are playing. The premise of Tour de Fleece is that you set yourself a spinning goal or a spinning goal throughout that just over 3-week period, and then you just try and meet it. If you are gonna stress yourself out over this goal, please don't do it. This should not cause stress for anyone. It should not cause anyone to feel like, oh, I didn't meet my goal, like feel bad about yourself. It's supposed to be fun and it's supposed to be a challenge for yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone else's goal is, what anyone else spins. Nothing matters about any of that. It's just supposed to be fun and a challenge to yourself to get you spinning. Examples of challenges are you might challenge yourself to spin enough yarn for a whole sweater. Some people do a whole fleece. Some people just do a minute goal every day. It could be 5 minutes a day. It could be 5 minutes a day except for the days where you're gone on a trip. I don't want anyone on our team that is going to feel bad about themselves if they don't meet their goals. So you have to promise. That's the pledge that you make to me, because that's not what this should be about. And I don't want our team to have that kind of pressure. Generally with me, I make my goal a minute goal per day. So you spin every day that they race. On the rest days, which are the 10th and the 17th, which we'll be talking about them as they come up. You know, you don't have to, you can take those days off if you want to. You can take any days off if you want to. You know what I'm saying. There are also 2 challenge days, which are the 9th and the 16th, the days right before the rest days. The rest day comes the day after the challenge day. And they kind of suggest that you do set yourself an extra something special for the challenge days. I will do an extra something special myself, but I don't know what it will be yet. Probably one of them or maybe both of them. I'll spin like an art bat or something like that during my spinning time for the day. I've thought about this a lot because there are a few people who don't Facebook. There are a few people that don't Ravelry. There's a lot of people that don't Ravelry. Ravelry has made so many people mad over the last 2 years. What I finally decided, because there are lots of us who are on both so that we can use the database for like patterns and yarns and all that stuff, but a lot of us don't use the forums. And last year I posted a video teaching how to use the forums, if you know, for people who don't know, but it was quieter there, and that's fine. So I think this year I need to keep it to Facebook. I feel like 2 platforms is just one more thing to manage. It's too hard to do. I know some of you are like, I don't like Facebook. I don't want people to see what I'm doing. I will tell you this. Our group is private. No one else can see anything you post, that you're even there. I mean, no one can see it but those of us who are accepted in the group. And there are questions before you can get accepted in the group that I make people stick to. I am like super vigilant over who gets in our group. And I know that might make me sound like I'm excluding people. It's nothing like that. It's just people who just find a group on Facebook and want to come in and do whatever and say whatever and talk to people however. I'm not okay with that. You can post anywhere you want with our hashtag. I'll put it on the screen, and that's wonderful. Like we'll all be looking at Instagram, I'm sure, and we'll all be looking at Facebook and even TikTok if you want to post there. We're going to keep the team activity to Facebook. Also, I think there are a lot of people who kind of feel like they're not used to using those boards in Rav and they don't want to learn another platform, which I get. One of the reasons we have a membership here and not on like Patreon or Kajabi or any of those other sites, like we're trying to keep the platforms to a minimum around here because it's too much. My word. That's the kind of bare bones of it. We normally on a team will share kind of what's going on in their own spins. Like maybe every day you'll share a little bit, maybe every time you finish a hank or hit some kind of milestone you share it. There is no requirement to share. If you just want to spin along silently because you don't feel comfortable sharing, there's no requirement to share. Okay, I said it. Also, not all teams do this, but we're going to. I will have some prizes. That'll be like braids and bats, those kinds of things for you to spin. If there are any other team members who want to donate a prize, contact me, because you can mail it directly from home to the winner, or you can mail them to me and I will take care of that part. That's up to you. Just if you want to donate a prize, please be prepared to mail it in a timely manner, but we would really appreciate it. We'll actually post what the prizes are when I figure it out. We still have over 2 weeks to get ready. And I want to say one more thing about this. So normally spinning only is what is kind of like included in the Tour de Fleece, I don't know, program. It's not a competition, whatever you want to call it. But I would like to extend it for us. If you want to do any kind of prepping, dyeing for spinning, whatever you want to do for your own spinning journey, that's all part of the process. If that's what you want to do, please do not feel like you can't include it. Do whatever you want. If prepping is part of your journey, that's great. You know me, you know I'm not going to get all wound around the axle over the rules. I just don't do that, okay? Okay, last, our Eileen, who is in London, did volunteer to run a Zoom group for those who want to meet each other kind of in person. I mean, you know what I mean. Online in person. She is going to host at least one. We did not talk about a number, but if you want to volunteer to host one as well, you may let me know and we can talk about it. I will be there if I can, and this way somebody will be hosting it in case I can't. So if you want to, message me on Facebook, please, and we will discuss how that's gonna look. So Eileen would like to pick a particular topic for her day. If you would like to volunteer to do it and you want to pick a particular topic just to help give people something to think about and talk about ahead of time, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to just make it like knit night, you can do that too. I do not want you to think that you have to spin FiberLoveDiary fiber in the Tour de Fleece. You should spin whatever you want, wherever you want, do your thing. But I still want to celebrate because I had not planned on doing this. I was feeling stressed about having like one more thing on my plate, but now I feel excited about it. And I thought I would have a little sale for fun. So 15% off everything in the shop except apparel. That's because I don't set the prices on that. The sale will go for 1 week starting today, and you just have to use the code TDF, which is Tour de Fleece, TDF 2023. It'll be on the screen and it'll be below right next to the link to the shop, so that if you want to use it, you can have your 15% off fiber and yarn as well. I mean, I figured I'd include it because actually there's tons of yarn in the shop right now, which is really fun. This is going to be kind of an unusual week, as some of you will already know from the earlier video this week. I'm going to have a couple shorter videos instead of my usual kind of a little bit longer one on Tuesday. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you Sunday. At least that's the current plan. We are helping one of our kids move on Saturday, so I'll probably be exhausted. But it's not like I can't sit down and spin with you guys and hang out for an hour, even if I'm really tired, right? It is Father's Day in the US on Sunday, so I recognize that a lot of you guys will be busy celebrating your fathers or the fathers of your kids, or who knows what, your moms who act as fathers. If you give fatherly love, happy Father's Day to you. If you want to take advantage of the sale, keep watching throughout the week. More and more stuff will be showing up. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you soon. Get ready to race. Thanks. I love you. Bye.